Hello, good morning. It's about lunchtime in the East Coast and around 9:30 in the West Coast. We are going to talk first about the North American markets, US and Canada, the main indices, and I will talk also about oil, gas, and a few other stocks. And those presentations are just to give you an idea on how to use technical analysis to create strategies, to analyze the markets, and to forecast what may be lying ahead in the future for the market. And let's switch now to Metastock with the S&P 500 first. Well, yesterday, in the presentation yesterday, I was mentioning that the market reached important resistance level, and my expectation for today would be a narrow range day. Until now, that's what's going on in the market, and we need to go and close above the resistance level, which would be above the moving average and above that pink line here. If we trade lower, most likely we are going to trade below the last low of around 1250, and then find support in that region here around 1230, 40, 30, around 1230. So right now the market is in a turning point. It can either continue going higher, and to do so it needs to trade above current resistance levels, or it's going to turn around and trade lower, and then my expectation is that we are going to find support in the 1230 region for the S&P 500. The Dow Jones is in a similar behavior, and we also reached a very important resistance level yesterday. And as I mentioned yesterday, my expectation was for a narrow range day like we are having until now. Volume yesterday was not good. We traded higher in lower volume, which is not a good sign for the market. So we might be heading down. We need really to find a predominant force. There is no clear predominant force in the market until now. The selling pressure was fairly high. It decreased a little bit, and the buying pressure increased a little bit, but not enough to go beyond the selling pressure. The Nasdaq is really the worst index, and that's usually true. As a general, when the market is going up, the Nasdaq will go up faster. When the market is going down, the Nasdaq will go down faster. So the Nasdaq was so weak that we could not even reach the most likely resistance level, and we are now trading sideways in a small range a day, and we might be heading lower and find support in the 2180 region. The Canadian index, the S&P TSX 60, was stronger than the US indices yesterday, but today also it's trading in a very narrow range. We are trading above resistance levels in the Nasdaq, in the S&P TSX 60, and that's pretty much related to the composition of the index, because the Canadian index has a lot of weight on resource companies, and mainly mining and oil companies. And if we look at how oil is behaving today, we see a lot of strength in oil since we reached that support level. I mentioned here during those presentations that oil was at the support level, and my expectation was for a bounce higher, and we might even reach the previous high. However, we found some hesitation yesterday in the oil, and now we are trading higher today. So the news guys would say, oh, that's the unrest in the Middle East, but really oil has been strong lately. It's a seasonally favorable time of the year for the oil, so we are approaching the driving season in North America, so most likely oil it's going higher. It's still to be proven that this current bounce will be able to go beyond the former high around for USO around $43, but if we trade lower in the USO, I do not expect that we are going to trade below 39.40, 39.15 was the last low, the lower low of last week. So that's my view on the oil. We are heading higher, close to a resistance level, and we might retrace from that resistance point. If we start trading sideways in the oil, that would be wonderful. A very nice distance between top and bottom, very good distance to trade. We have about 10% here to trade, so I'm really looking forward for some sideways action in the oil. It will be wonderful as a trader. Natural gas. Natural gas is, let me open natural gas now. Natural gas is trying to create a bottom here. We already have some signs that we could be building a bottom. It will take a while still. I don't believe on a V-shaped bottom, not after all that long downwards movement. And by the way, that's UNG, United States Natural Gas Fund. So what I expect here is that we are going to trade maybe a little bit higher, then retrace, find support in that region, which is around $10.95 for UNG, and after this it might be a good entry point for natural gas. It's still to be proved that natural gas will find enough buying strength to be able to go up again. In terms of trend, right now the trend is undefined according to my criteria for trend, and it's the better strategy in my opinion is to just watch. There's a lot of good things to trade, and I'm going to show you a few examples. For example, in the last few days we had Exxon doing very interesting movements, and we had a quite good retracement for Exxon, and in the last few days we traded higher just to find resistance around the 20 period moving average. From that point we will most likely go back down. That's my expectation for Exxon. The oil companies are not doing that well lately. Just a handful of them are trading higher. So what to do in those situations? Well, it's better for the trader to stay out of the market when there's nothing really good to trade. So if the trader doesn't find good trades in that time frame that his or her strategy work, it's better to be out of the market. And a lot of people would say, well, but I have all that money sitting down in my trading account. They are not paying much interest nowadays, if any. What should I do? Well, in fact, if you had been trading following a good strategy and following your plan, your business plan, you should be consistently profitable. So it's very good that you can stay out of the market and give your money some time to rest. It had been working for you. So it's pretty much like us, that we need a vacation from time to time. And it's nothing to be concerned about. Being out of the market is a valid position for a trader and for an investor. If there is nothing good to trade, if there's nothing good to invest on, why trade? You're putting your money at risk. So what is possible to do during those transition times? It's either take a vacation or shorten your trading time frames, trade lighter, or just do not trade at all. If you follow the longer term trends, in other words, if you're a position trader, that's the moment that you need to watch your positions closely, and most likely you have been winding down your positions lately when the market started to turn. So it all depends on your operational time frame. It depends on the strategies you have and how you manage your risk, how you manage your trades. So basically that's what I had to tell you today about the United States and Canadian stock markets. Thank you very much for watching, and if you'd like, you can follow me on Twitter, and I invite you to visit taacademy.com. Take a look on the forum. I post all those videos at the forum from time to time. I post some individual stock analysis and some talk a little bit about trading strategies. There is some free material available for downloads. So if you'd like, please visit us, and it'll be a pleasure to have you as one of my clients. Thank you very much for watching, and good trading.